Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 Initiation. Unlike the last three films, this has nothing whatsoever to do with them. Doesn't have a guy dressed like Santa Claus, doesn't even have one of the brothers in this film. Directed by a guy named Brian, who I know is really into Living Dead girls, based on concepts he had for his other film Society. It's hardly a Christmas movie to begin with, and the reason why it has the name is because it's the time of the direct-to-video sequels. So just slap a familiar name onto an unrelated film and let's go. The film begins with Clint Howard finding his lunch.
Oh, no fucking cheese.
Clint Howard is the very silly-looking brother to OP actor and director of most things, Ron Howard. He's one of those actors you've probably seen in something. And then we see someone on a rooftop. That leads into a very silly opening credits sequence and the news reporting on it. Hearing that a woman set themselves on fire and jumped off a building really gets these two going. This is Hank and Kim. They work for the newspaper, but Kim wants more in life than just doing calendars. You can just show the body on TV. Their boss is played by Reggie from Phantasm, so we can have an Ice Cream Man versus Ice Cream Man. No one listens to Kim because she's a woman, so instead she talks to her friend played by the teacher from Recess. Okay, if the chalk outline is like that, either the woman fell perfectly on a spot that already existed, or they were drawing the chalk as she was still on fire. Kim checks the butcher, but then gets sent to the bookstore where Clint Howard's around, poking people in the butt. He gets shooed away, and we meet the store's owner, Maud Adams, playing Fema, who is the same woman from the funny-named James Bond movie. Kim buys a book about spontaneous combustion and accepts a date from Fema, as well as a Wiccan book for the low price of a head kiss. Kim goes roofside and realizes she's in LA, but before she can become the fire starter, Clint Howard is there, as well as a bunch of bugs, and he found a giant millipede. Kim heads to her place and realizes she really needs to start washing her dishes. And she keeps seeing faces and Uzumaki everywhere. So she heads to Hank's place. Hank's brother's name is Lonnie, but the actor is the director's son and his name is Conan. And then it starts becoming a normal Christmas.
Kim's Jewish.
Oh, Jesus. I think a woman's place is in the home, raising a family.
So that was terrible, and Hank's sweater is not even helping. So Kim goes back home and realizes she really needs to start cleaning up more. Toughening it up and sleeping in the bathroom to avoid the bugs. She has a picnic with Fema and her friends, and they do girl shit like drink wine and complain and gossip. And one of the ladies says the burnt victim wasn't strong enough. But that's not suspicious. And Fema kisses Kim good night. And she keeps seeing faces. So now Hank has to wheel her drunk ass to work. And she's officially on the victim's case. So she celebrates at Fema's place. They're having coffee with a little bit of glitter. But glitter really makes Kim sleepy. So she starts dozing off, not hearing really Fema's dead daughter blames husband's story. And just in case someone walked in during this part of the film, they just helpfully recap the entire film so far. And then, because it's a sleepover, they strip Kim and start drawing all over her. Then Clint Howard brings that thing from earlier back and rubs it on her belly, which I guess crawls inside. And then they cut open a mole and then pour it on her, which causes her to vomit out the cockroach millipede thing. They cut it in half and then pour it all over her face. And it was all just a dream, maybe. Now look at me, I'm about as confused as you. So Fema just admits that they want Kim to be daughter number 2. She runs off to Hank and she's freaking out and then starts freaking on. And Clint likes to watch TV. And what happens to be on the TV is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3.
Santa Claus killer!
The fuck? That's weirder than the dream sequence. Clint tells Kim it's time to go, but Hank's not having any of this, so they get into a tussle. But eventually, Clint gets a foot up on him and gets a knife and stabs him like 1,000 times. Also, the teacher from Recess is in on it, because why not? So heading back to the butcher's place, and they pull some Epstein shit. Oh, this is way grosser than the bug stuff. No one should be watching this. And Kim gets some severe carpal tunnel. then turns into a cocoon and crawls around on the ground, and Hank is there. What the fuck is going on?
You have been initiated. You go. Now.
And we have a subtitle, which was probably the original title. Meanwhile, Grandma can't think of a good way to write a reveal, so Fema just says that daughter number 1 was the lady from the beginning. And she wants Conan to be sacrificed, or depending on how bad their aim is, to be daughter number 3. Kim tries dodging it at work, but she can't escape that or her baby daddy chasing her down into a hotel room. So Kim tries watching some lesbian porn to get her mind off of it, but Mom put on some parental blockers. So she goes to take a shower, but realizes it's still LA, so the water is shit. So her and Clint get in the most suspicious van they could find to go get Conan. And it's surprisingly easy because he falls directly for the "your brothers in the van, come and see." Clint realizes there hasn't been a killing in a while, so he takes out Hank's parents and accidentally sets the place on fire. Shouldn't have made that Epstein joke earlier because I don't like where this is going. The ladies start chanting about how much they hate men, so Kim instead stabs Fema. Clint was okay being the enforcer for this cult and violating Kim, but I guess now he decides to be a hero and gets stabbed. Kim's fingers get twisted together again and set on fire, but then she uses her flaming hand and stabs Fema and knocks her off the roof, which apparently was a pickup shot because the original footage got corrupted and they had to recreate it on a soundstage after. The other witches don't seem to care. Conan's saved, but now he's an orphan. Final body count 6. This movie's bizarre. Even if we ignore the first 3 films, Kim's an alright protagonist. The effects are really well done, but the whole boys versus girl thing feels kind of half-baked. That all the other ladies in the film are manipulating Kim's genuine problems with the system to do weird cult stuff, and the guys are mostly self-centered assholes, and other than Hank's parents, don't get any comeuppance. And despite the name, the fact that it's Christmas is not important to the plot, so why even bother? I guess this is almost the Halloween 3 of the series, because it deals with cult stuff and bugs, and the only thing it connects to the originals is it's watching a previous film. But that would also be like if Halloween 3 was focused on the Stonehenge piece just taking out people without the mask and had nothing to do with Halloween. But that's an insult to Halloween 3. You can almost appreciate it doing something weird, but it also has nothing to do with the past 3 films, or even really Silent Nights. 5 out of 10. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more, and hit hype on mobile.